Next presenter we have Marierose Venezuela. The title of presentation is Awareness on Green Enterprise and Input of Educating Public Transport Drivers in San Pablo City. Marierose Venezuela, please.
A pleasant day or night to everyone. I am Marierose Valenzuela, an instructor from the Laguna State Polytechnic University, Philippines. With my co-authors, Ms. Elaine C. Apat, Ms. Melinda C. Almazan, Ms. Desiree L. Wagan, I am going to present our research entitled Awareness on Green Enterprise, an Input to Educating Public Transport Drivers in San Pablo City, Laguna, Philippines. Air pollution is one of the world's largest health and environmental problems, and it is one of the leading risk factors for death. In fact, it recorded to have caused for an approximate 5 million deaths all over the world in 2017. And the Philippines ranks third on the highest cases of death due to air pollution. And the leading contributor to air pollution is vehicle emission, as Perez mentioned, 2019. And as recorded by the Philippine Environmental Management Bureau in 2015, motorcycles and tricycles became the prevalent mobile vehicles in the Philippines. In addition, Tugaswatil et al. 1995, as cited in Valeria et al. 2017, mentioned that tricycles are recognized as one of the public transportation generating enormous gas emission that contributes to the release of lead and nitrogen dioxide in the atmosphere. Although there are already rules and regulations that emphasize on the protection of the environment, such as the Philippines Clean Air Act of 1999, records show that the air quality in the Philippines is below standards. The effects of climate change that also include different kinds of pollution and the depletion of non-renewable natural resources has resulted in environmental awareness. And one of these concepts is green enterprise that refers to services, products, and jobs from a number of sectors that emphasize sustainability, fewer emissions of greenhouse gases, and thus slowing climate change. Thus, the greening of tricycle transport service would contribute in lessening our air pollution in our country. So this study aimed to determine awareness on green enterprise and perception on its practices, as well as we look into if awareness significantly influenced perception on green enterprise, as well as if there would be significant differences on awareness and perception when grouped according to profile factors. We use descriptive and quantitative design, and we had a sample of 150 tricycle drivers as we use quota and convenience sampling. And we conducted a survey through a self-administered questionnaire, which has 3 parts that consists of the profile, awareness, and perception. And this the reliability of this instrument was tested using Cronbach alpha that resulted with values such as 0.895, 0.889, and 0.744. On the other hand, the Likert scale was used for the awareness and perception, and this perception were summarized using a weighted mean, and a linear regression was conducted to determine the influence of the awareness to the perception on green enterprise, and analysis of variance was conducted to determine the difference of assessments among the groups of respondents. And the result of our survey indicates that more of the respondents are in the early years of working, which constitutes 44.67% of the total respondents, and majority are married, consisting of 58%. And in terms of monthly income, majority are earning from 5,000 to 10,000 pesos, which consists of 72% of the total respondents. And most of them have 0 to 2 dependents, and the largest bulk of the respondents are high school graduates. More than half of it actually which consists of 50.67%. The result of our study shows that on the average, tricycle drivers are highly aware of green enterprise in terms of general knowledge as well as of the air emission. It is important that tricycle drivers are aware of the practices that could contribute to air emission control, since despite the existence of laws, standard air quality has not yet been achieved. And on the average, the respondents agree on the stated green practices. However, a study by Valeria et al. 2017 revealed that although majority of tricycle drivers were agreeable to the green practices, its cost hinders its adoption. Using regression analysis, we were able to determine that awareness on green enterprise significantly influenced perception on green enterprise practices. And it was also found out that there is no significant difference among the awareness of the respondents as grouped according to profile factors. So it can be implied that the tricycle drivers are knowledgeable of green practices to protect the environment no matter what age and educational attainment they have. And moreover, there is significant difference among the perception of the respondents on green enterprise as group according to civil status. It could be implied that due to their differences in marital
Very
status,
well.
they also have varying perspectives
Finally, finish within 2 minutes.
priorities in life. Okay po. So our conclusions, tricycle drivers in the city are well aware of green enterprise, its definition, Philippine government's programs, and applicable activities that will aid in controlling air emission, and the respondents also agree on green enterprise practices, and awareness on green enterprise influences perception of green enterprise practices. And so our recommendation is that to conduct seminars or trainings that will focus on greening the work of public utility drivers, incorporate environmental awareness and green productivity on government training programs, and increase financial government budget in the adoption of green practices of tricycle drivers. Truly, awareness and consequently acting on our awareness on greening one's activity in whatever jobs we are in at present can contribute in the attainment of a healthy, safe, and sustainable environment for all of us and for the coming generations. Thank you, and may God bless us all.
Okay, thank you very much, very much, Venezuela, and very nicely you presented.